So, hi and welcome back, and I'm back in London. And this introduction should have been done in my hotel in Amsterdam when I was there, and it looks awful. I've actually, I just had a wash and shave and stuff, and I had stuff all over my chin, so I couldn't use the footage. So, well, I could have done, but I looked rather silly. So I thought I'd come here. I'm near Paddington Station and just do a little chat to you, explain to you what's happening. So I've been out in Amsterdam for 3 days filming. Really love my time there. Went on the pancake boat, and you're going to see that clip in this video as well. Got a bit of Nutella on my chin on that as well. I'm such a mess, and I was unable to take a film camera because I was carrying so much ordinary equipment with me for this filming. So I took some stuff on my mobile phone, which I converted into Fuji Reala. But I'm going to do a comparison with you on that against the ones that are taken on the mobile phone to see if you can spot which one's which. Because I know the Reala had a really lovely grain structure and was really tight, so you may not be able to spot it. Well, you probably will. And so I'm now back in London, and I've got the C200 that I ordered. I sent back, you saw in the last video, that's gone back. I've got my money back on that, and also I've got the actual Fuji C200 that I ordered that's expired, so I'll be out with that over the next week or so. Also got some UN54, and I was in London yesterday working, and I was literally taking shots with that, trying to do some more candid type stuff, not really street photography, but that kind of style of thing. So I'm literally, as I say, just out in London, enjoying the day. Okay, so I thought I'd start with some comparisons between what I took on the mobile phone and what converting it to Fuji Reala would look like. And the first time I'd done the batches, they just didn't seem to look right. I don't know what I'd done, whether I'd just not done the conversion correctly or whatever it was. And I struggled, so I've completely redone the actual conversion. So basically they now definitely are. One is the film simulation and one is the original. And it won't come as any surprise when I zoom in. Should be able to tell which one's which. So if you look at this comparison of me outside Amsterdam Central Railway Station, I've got a little clip of video to show you at the end of me saying, I had a really good time and stuff, and also a little clip of me when I'm talking about being on the pancake boat, which was real fun. But you can see there's a clear difference between these two, and if you look at the one on the left, it looks like I've had a few drinks. I actually hadn't. And the actual coat, this jacket, is very red in comparison to the one on the right, which is very orange. And I wear orange mainly and not red. So it's easy to tell. The one on the right hand side is what I took on my mobile phone. The one on the left is the equivalent of Reala. But other than the skin and the red and the orange of the coats, a lot of the actual colours are very similar, matching. And I'm looking around. I can do what I can do. Let me have a do that, and then zoom in a bit, and then we can go across from. I think we can go across from one to the other, and it swipes across, so you can see there's almost no difference between. Pretty much, just a tiny difference in the blue. And if you go this way more, go onto the brown coat over here, the difference is negligible. Anyway, let's do a couple more comparisons before we go on and look at the photographs in general. Okay, so now we've got the pancakes up, and the thing I do notice about this more is the actual colours in this comparison. This is when I was on the actual the pancake boat. The colours are richer on the left hand side. Obviously it's a Reala than on the right hand side, and I really like the Reala look. And if you zoom in, I think you start to see what you can see, like the film grain that they've created here, and where you just see it as normal, as pixelated as you would on a camera. And you can see the difference between, this is Nutella, by the way, by the Nutella. And I wanted to, like, the fruit here, again, the reds, as they say, pop more. And yeah, I quite like it. Let's go for the split view again, like we did on the last one. And you can clearly see the difference between the two. So just move that across there and then do a zoom in. Yeah, there is a difference, but it's actually only slight. The bigger difference is between the actual colour of the pancake itself. And let's just have a look at one more. So this is actually why I redid the batch, because when I was checking this one, I was thinking, this hasn't worked. All I've done is I've managed to copy one from one folder to another folder. When you go between like the different, the actual differences between the two are absolutely tiny. I mean, they're barely, I mean, you just about see, I don't know how well this is going to capture this. There's about it's like a tiny difference between the yellow there and let's look at the green. The green is a little bit more muted on the Reala side, and then let's go to the blue again. It's really, really negligible. They had these exhibition of elephants in Amsterdam, and I photographed all of them, including the duck, because ducks are famous in Amsterdam. There's shops that sell these little coloured ducks and stuff like that. I didn't go in, but they had one on display out here. But I'm going to go through a few of those now so you can have a look. So I'm just going to select a few of them, and rather than me hunt around from like I normally do, they will just cut between the different photographs. And I just loved this, and I thought, it just basically what the lady's doing is she's actually looking at the sign down here, and she just bent over and read it, and I thought, oh, that would be such a great shot. And I managed to get like a nice shot of that. It's, I'd say, I don't really do street photography, or this would probably fall under the classification of street photography, because that's what it is. It's captions of people doing funny things. And I've got one other I'm going to show you, which I took pretty much when I arrived in Amsterdam. So there you go, and I just thought it was really, really funny. They obviously getting using their cameras to get the reflection of, I think, I'm trying to think what's behind me. It's probably part of the railway station, one of the buildings of the railway station, and get the reflection in the water. But I just thought it was really, really nice to see them do that, and with their different cameras and stuff. And there's a guy, you can't see him, there's a guy standing here, and he's laughing at me taking photographs of them. And I thought that was quite a nice caption photograph, but it would have been nicer if it would have got more close up like this. It's quite soft now because obviously it's so well zoomed in. So this is the pancake boat. This is the boat we went out on the little cruise, or the little boat trip, and there's two stories on it. There's a lower and upper, and it was the best organised trip I think I've ever been on, and so much fun. Really enjoyed the pancakes, and you're going to get a little bit of me talking about that now. Oh, so just finishing off the pancake cruise. It was just been a bit too crazy to even talk to the camera on, and it's very, very busy. I didn't want to get anyone else in the shot, so I thought I'd do it like this as we're going back. And I'm type 2 diabetic, and I shouldn't have had what I had. Just an incredible, great fun. I saw this cruise, or this little boat trip, because a guy called Beard Meets Food, he done this like a challenge on here about how many pancakes you can eat. I got through 2, and I've now felt, whoa. So anyway, so I've taken some photographs which you're going to see on the screen, and then we're going back into Amsterdam. I've got a whole lot of Doctor Who stuff to do, and then I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon, this evening, after I've done the Doctor Who stuff. However, I'm thinking about going to another town in Holland or the Netherlands, because I have a connection with it from when I was a kid, which I really want to go back and look at, because I feel it's something that's really, really important to me. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff, and I hope you're not finding this one a bit too boring. Okay, so I hope you like that, and I just love colourful things, and that's probably why I photographed all the elephants. And if you've been to Amsterdam, or if you haven't,
it rains a lot, but what they say in Amsterdam, if it's raining, wait 10 minutes, it will go, and it does. And it rains, but it's tends to be in short periods. So this is one of the times I just went out and I managed to get shots of all these different elephants, and this is probably one of my favourite ones of all of them. And here's the duck in the middle of the two elephants, and the duck is obviously famous to do with Amsterdam. I did look it up, I can't remember what it was about, but it was fun, and I really like these. I really find these the sort of thing I'd have printed on my wall because they're so bright and colourful. I don't know if you've tried the chips in Amsterdam, but they are kind of amazing because the way they're cooked, and the Dutch love their mayonnaise with their chips, and that was one huge delight. However, I was quite sore because, as I said a few weeks ago, I had the teeth taken out and I was still not in the best of places, but it was a lovely evening meal for me. So I'm just going to go through these. I don't know what this sculpture is about. I don't know if it's to do with sign language or what. Perhaps you can tell me in the comments below, but I saw this when I was out. I was looking for different locations regarding filming, and I just saw these and I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and they've come up really, really well. Really pleased with them. They would probably work better in black and white, actually. I could do some conversions with them, make them into a nice black and white type shot. There you go, and a close-up one. So yeah, they're really, really lovely. I'm really pleased with those as well. So on the other side of the river to the railway station, there's an area there where I ended up having a meal and a drink. I'd seen another YouTuber go there, a guy called Klish, and he had this beer and I had the beer, and found these statues there, and I thought I'd get some shots. And I think they're really, really quite interesting, and I think they'd probably work better in black and white. But still, I've managed. What I did was I actually put the mobile phone into portrait mode to get this like drop off in the background, and it's really, really worked well. I know you've seen this before, but I just wanted to go back to this. I'm going to say my goodbyes now from Amsterdam, and I just wanted to say to you that I am going to be going back, or the plan is to go back and take some colour film with me and to do some of these shots, A, again, and B, find some other places I saw that I could have photographed as well, and do a proper film trip to Amsterdam.
So I've reached the end of my trip to Amsterdam for the past 3 days, and I've had a wonderful time. And I hope you don't mind me doing a video like this, because I am going to come back. I'm going to come back to Amsterdam. I am going to bring a film camera with me. I'm going to take lots of film shots. It is an amazing city for photography, for street photography, for all sorts of different things. And I'm just about to get the train back to the airport and hopefully get my flight back home very soon. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.